all different parts of the city, including the Swedish embassy. Karin Hernmarck is the ambassador to Sweden here in Pristina. Great to meet you, Karin. How are you?
I'm doing really well, thank you.
So why get involved in World Cleanup Day? Because I'm sure as an ambassador you have people coming to you all the time asking for your support with all different kinds of initiatives. So why did this one stand out to you?
Well, I think it speaks to sort of one of the most basic things, which is how to love your environment, how to be in your environment, and to just keep it clean. It's very easy when you come to Kosovo that you see the need for a cleanup, and it's one of those things that you want to get engaged in.
What is that need that you see?
You do see that there seems to be an issue with waste management, that there's a problem with how people's trash is being taken care of, and just sort of a culture of taking care of your environment.
Recycling wouldn't be as big here as it would be, let's say, back in your home country of Sweden.
No, unfortunately not. And I think this is a way ahead for Kosovo and for everywhere, is to start to look at trash more as a resource.
Your own country, Sweden, is seen as one of the, of course, the Scandinavian countries are all seen as like the ambassadors, the ones to look at in terms of their society and how they're constructed and everything. What's the waste management like in Sweden?
Well, in Sweden we do see waste as a resource, and it's actually used as fuel in plenty of our district heating and other sort of energy plants in around the country. So, for instance, in Stockholm, all the district heating is coming from recycled waste and taking care of the waste, and it's used as fuel there. And also we use the gas that you can extract from trash to fuel our buses.
Wow.
So it's really something, you really look at waste in another way. This is a resource when we have had to import it
So they
in
collect
order to make it.
they collect the gas, Karen, over the landfill sites, is it?
No, we don't have landfill sites.
None?
No.
In Sweden?
No, we don't do landfills.
But where
we
does
take
the
care,
the
we
waste
take care of the waste. We process it in
All of
various
it?
plants,
Wow.
yes, and we extract the gas through the processing of the waste. So
So-
we don't do landfills. I mean, we have like 1 or 2% of all waste end up in landfills.
Wow, that is an incredible figure.
We have had to import waste to fuel our power plants.
Where do you import the waste from, do you know?
From I don't know exactly, but
Yeah.
I know we have imported it from other European countries
Wow.
and elsewhere. Yes,
So it must be quite different when you're working. This is your second mission in Kosovo.
yes.
So when you see things here, you are potentially bringing ideas from Sweden, working in partnership with groups here?
Yes, and I mean, this is where Let's Do It Kosovo comes in. I mean, and this is one of the things that Sweden has not always been very good at waste management. And I mean, when I was a small child, we had these campaigns, keep Sweden clean, don't throw your chocolate paper on the ground, all of these things. But it was a very sort of deliberate campaign that went on for a number of years, and that changed people's attitudes. And I think this is something that Let's Do It Kosovo is doing really well here, is trying to change these attitudes.
It might be surprising for people. It was certainly surprising for myself when I learned that the US Embassy had an environmental officer here working, and now I hear that the Swedish ambassador is involved. And people might scratch their head and wonder, why is it the job of a foreign body in a country to get involved in their environmental issues and all that kind of stuff? Why is it important?
Well, I mean, we are here to assist Kosovo in getting closer to an EU membership, and an environmental policy and an environmental sort of way of approaching your life and your politics is part of that process. So for us, it's really part of that. It's also part of just being here to assist and help Kosovo find potential avenues for its own economic development, for instance. I mean, this is a beautiful country. It has so much tourism potential. But as long as you don't have a culture of just, taking care of your waste, you're not going to fulfill that potential. So it's also that.
And if there's heavy air pollution in the winter, people will not want to come.
No, I mean, you will not have people wanting to come to ski in Kosovo if you have to wear a face mask to get from the airport to
not
the
a good
slope.
look.
Not a good
Not
look.
a good for Instagram.
No.
Now, I believe that the embassies, yourself, the Swedish embassy, along with the Norwegian embassy, the Finnish one, or a number of them in the same area,
Yeah.
you all got out and
Yeah.
you went cleaning yourselves. What did you do?
Well, we had this thing. First of all, we have had together with Let's Do It Kosovo for a number of times in different locations doing this plugging, which is you jog and you take up garbage at the same time.
Pick up and jog, so plugging.
Yeah, because in Swedish pickup is plock.
Plock.
Plocka, so
Oh,
that's
did it
why.
originate in Sweden?
Yes, it does.
Ah, I
So that's why.
see.
But what we did in April was we figured, well, let's start in our own neighborhood first. You know, clean up in front of your own front porch, and then you can go on and telling.
And what did you find when you went out in front of the
Well,
embassies?
when we went out around the embassies, you realize that one of the, it's the small things, and every single little plastic thing you use to stir your coffee, it doesn't seem like
Oh,
one
yes.
that much, right?
The small plastic things.
Yeah, but when you sort of put them together and you see them all thrown on the street and then picked up, and you realize how much waste just this particular
The
little
ambassadors with their coffee
thing.
in the morning and saying,
yeah, but I mean everyone, and they
Yeah.
end up on the streets and they end up everywhere, and this is just one example of this small little idiotic piece of single-use plastic that
Yeah.
just should not be.
What about
around.
single-use items in Sweden? Where do they stand on that?
Well, we try to reduce them as much as possible. Obviously, we are really looking into. We have these things where you have a fee for plastic bottles, so you can sort of
Oh,
put
you
them.
get the money back.
You can get the money
return
back,
it, yeah.
and to some returning fee. You also pay for the plastic bags you use in the shop. So if you
Same in
go-
Ireland, where I'm from, yeah.
So you actually have to pay. So which means that most people actually bring their own bags.
Here
they're
in Kosovo, do you
reusable.
pay for a bag?
Not yet.
No.
And also, there's no culture yet of bringing your own bags.
Okay.
So there's this quite flimsy plastic bags that are
Mm-hmm.
really single use,
Yeah.
and that's just not sustainable. Yeah.
What is it, finally, to ask you, Karin, that you like so much about World Cleanup Day and what they're doing here in Kosovo?
I think it's one of those where it is of course a big effort on the day, but it's an immediate result. You can see it when you do it. You go out and you actually spend that day, you spend that time, and you have concrete results. And then you can go and use this in the next step, which is, look, politician, municipality, minister, prime minister, whatever, look, here we collected all this garbage, now what we do with it? How are we going to do the next step in the chain? How are we going to get sustainable waste management and all of that? But the concreteness of this thing makes that message and that discussion much more clear.
And last year, when we did the World Cleanup Day from Tallinn, Estonia, 88,000 tons of rubbish was collected all over the world,
Yes.
which is the same weight as 9 Eiffel Towers.
Yes.
So as you said, they could see that straight away afterwards, the bags all
Yes.
packed up, the shopping trolleys from
Yes.
Rivers. It was tangible, it was real, it was right there.
Yes.
And imagine in just one day that was collected, what would
Yeah.
they collect in a week?
Yes, exactly. And you have all these videos and Instagram films, and everyone who cleans up beaches and who can actually get up, and it's so concrete, and you realize the kind of impact that humanity and the way we live have on the planet, which is in itself, with all the protests yesterday and all of that, something to really keep you aware and really hopefully making things change.
And every little bit makes a change, doesn't it?
Yes,
Like
every
you said,
cigarette butt,
Every cigarette
of
butt,
those
those plastic things for storing your
coffee,
coffee, you
yeah.
add them all up, you get 88,000 tons.
exactly.
Karen?
And it's such a waste.
It was
Thank
great
you.
meeting you.
Thank
Not a
you.
waste of time talking to you.
Thank you
And
very
thank
much.
you so much.
Thank you. Cheers.